So today I just thought I would take a little bit of time to share my story with everybody, why life insurance is so important to me and why I feel like everybody should actually have some kind of protection in place for their family. I'm going to scroll back to about 1990. I was 17 years old and I believe it was a Tuesday night, and I was watching the 11 o'clock news. At that time, my parents had been separated, and I was living with my mother. Hadn't talked to my father in a couple weeks, which was unusual. Back before cell phones, though, so it was a little bit different, right? Or right at it. Um, but yeah, I was watching the news, and a picture popped up on the screen of my father, and the title was "Man Found in the Bottom of a Well." And you can imagine the surprise and shock that went through my brain, my body, and then having to wake your mother up and tell her that her husband at the time still, I believe they found him, and they found him in the bottom of a well dead. It's a very traumatic time in my life, but I've been able to get past that. But the reason I tell this story is because we never know what's going to happen. See, my dad was a businessman. He had multiple businesses. He was smart. He had a will in place, and if you've seen in my other stories, you know a will is going to equal probate if you don't have the right legal documentation in place. But one thing my father did do, he made sure that he had a life insurance policy. Now, it was a term policy, but in this instance, term policies work really well, right? Because a term policy is for a set number of years. You get a lot of coverage for a little payment, something we can afford, and it's better than nothing, but it's not permanent. Well, in this case, it paid out, and it did help our family tremendously to stay together. Allowed my mother not have to go to work full time. She still worked, but that money offset raising both me and my sister. And see, that money came to my mother. Actually, it all comes tax free. A lot of people don't realize that that money comes tax free, but that money came tax free to my mother. And she was able to invest that money in certain areas with a financial planner to make sure she made that money last. And she made that money last a very long time. Was able to buy a home later on in life, build one actually, sell the one that they had. See, it relieved a lot of financial pressure, even though there was a ton of pressure right at the time. It relieved a lot of financial pressure on the family. So that being said, I really feel that life insurance is important. Um, it offers a level of protection that a lot of us wouldn't have, financially. So, do you have enough money in the bank to sustain your family if something were to happen to you? A month, 2 months, 3 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years? See, their world's already going to be turned upside down. So, why not make it a little bit easier? Allow them to stay in that house, not have to worry about moving. Where are they going to live? Take those worries away from individuals, from people. Take it away from your family. You know, big question I ask people is, is it really your intention to leave your family both financially and emotionally devastated? And we don't have to, right? Money doesn't take away the death, but it does sure ease a lot of the uncertainty when somebody does pass away. So if all you can afford is a term policy, let's look and see what a term policy looks like. If you want to know what a cash value policy can look like, well, we can show you that either through whole life. We can show you that through the new kind of insurance I tell everybody, Index Universal Life. We'd be glad to share that with you. It's a free consultation, no obligations whatsoever. But I just thought that little tidbit might help people. And please continue to follow, like me, share this story with whoever you want to share it with. I think it's important that people see how important that is. And my next, I'm going to talk about having a proper estate plan and how that could have saved my mother tens of thousands of dollars. So please like and share, and we'll see y'all in the next video.